Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your July 2021 general reading. We are looking at the first 2 weeks of July from the 1st to the 15th. This reading is for the air sign of Libra. Welcome everyone. Thanks for watching this video, for watching any of the videos in support of my YouTube channel, for everything that you do in support of it. Watching, sharing, liking, subscribing, donations, feedbacks, comments, reaching out for personal readings. It all makes a difference and it's all appreciated. Thank you. So this reading is for Libra. I hope I just didn't say Gemini. This reading is for the air sign of Libra, the first 2 weeks of July 2021. That's if your sun, moon, rising, or Venus is in Libra. It's relevant if you're cross-watching for a Libran. Of course, it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone. It's a general reading. Watch all of your signs for additional insight and points of view. And if you find that anything resonates with you and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, click on the description link below, that little arrow where you'll see contact details for me, my email address, maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. Please feel free to email me directly. I'd be delighted to hear from you, and I can usually respond within the same day with more information. And I do readings full time. It is all that I do, so I'm pretty diligent about timely scheduling. So send me a message if you'd like. Okay, Libra, let's see what the first 2 weeks of July have in store for you. I just recently came back from spending some time in the French Quarter, New Orleans, so of course I had to buy some tarot cards there. So I'm working with those. I am using primarily the Deviant Moon Tarot, which has exquisitely strange and beautifully bizarre artwork, and I was quite drawn to it, which is always why I buy tarot cards, and I'm really enjoying this one. Although I have this temptation to call it the Demented Moon Tarot instead of the Deviant Moon Tarot because of that beautiful bizarreness. Okay, Libra, first 2 weeks of July for Libra. We begin with the Seven of Cups, very dreamy, with the King of Wands. You know, this King of Wands was an issue in Gemini's reading, or the source of conflict. The Devil. Interesting, because in your sister sign Gemini's reading, we had the King of Wands with the Emperor and the Devil as well. Might be an Aries, a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. The Devil with the Six of Pentacles. The Five of Wands. With the Page of Wands. Straight up arguing right there. From the bottom of the deck, overall energy is the Nine of Pentacles. Interesting. I'm going to pull a few more. The Ten of Pentacles. I'm going to pull one more. And the Hermit. Yeah, overall energy is you might be just withdrawing, spending more time by yourself, focusing more on your own security, independence, self-sufficiency, self-confidence, or you may be thinking now is the time to really just do that. And just kind of focusing more on yourself. I mean, it might not be a breakup, at least during the first 2 weeks of July. It's just a short period of time. But it's like just kind of focusing on yourself and getting your own, just focusing on your own stability and security and self-confidence on your own, or preparing for that. I don't know why I said that, but I feel that. Yeah, this is a relationship, and it's the person that it's centered around is showing up as the King of Wands. Although this is a general reading, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of you watching, so it might not be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Could be any sign really, manifesting as with the character traits of the King of Wands, who looks like he's feeding you, like a line of very attractive but illusionary BS, because that clarifies the Seven of Cups. There's nothing wrong with the Seven of Cups. It's cups is governed by the element of water. It's very watery, emotional energy. Each one of the 7 cups, is filled or being filled with what really represents what something could be, the most beautiful, perfect possible possibility, potential, offers, opportunities. He's drawing here. Well, we could do this and we could do that. But it's a card that is all about, it's dreamy, it's in the clouds still, it's only emotional, it has no practical or manifested energy in it. It's about, I want to be a doctor, and then 2 weeks later I want to be a ballerina, and 2 weeks later I want to be an engineer, I want to be an astronaut. It's not that each one of those things aren't realizable, but it takes focus and earth energy, work energy, smart energy. The Seven of Cups is like building castles in the sky, daydreaming, fantasizing. And that's what this King of Wands is doing. Very unking-like, really. I mean, everybody needs to dream. That's where all of our best things begin, is dreams. And then we figure out how to focus it, how to hone it, and how to pull together like air, smart energy, and earth, work energy to actually make something manifest into possibility, right? The Seven of Cups is a card of just dreaming, like, sketching it, sort of thing. And the reason it's not good here is because it's a cycle and it's toxic. It's cyclical, which means that it never manifests in anything. This Seven of Cups, it's kind of like you've got this architect, strange looking architect, but you get my drift. This architect who's saying, or this King of Wands who's saying, let me draw you a picture of the house we're going to live in. But 10 years later, he's still saying, oh, let me draw you a picture of the house we're going to live in, while you're still living in a shoebox, right? Because right next to that Seven of Cups is the Devil. Enslavement through temptation, addictions, toxic cycles, which means something that you focus on obsessively, or that is like your world revolves around obsessively to the point that it consumes you in an unhealthy way, and you need to break free from it. But there's also something tempting. I mean, the Devil card's energy is enslavement through temptation. Of course, you're not really enslaved. You can break free from it. But just like, alcohol and drug addiction, it's very difficult because something in you says, I need it. I know if I just do it this way, or if I just do it that way, or if I just do this, or if I just wait and be patient a little bit longer, it'll turn out to be that, there's something in it that says you can't break free because you need it. And, the world will explode if you leave it or let it go or whatever, right? And that's right next to that illusionary energy. Look how beautiful this could be. There's nothing wrong, or it'll get better, And the thing that's beneath the Devil, so on either side of the Devil, we have that castle fantasizing, daydreaming, and, the card of conflict and arguing and going around and around in circles about the same old thing. And the Devil's right in the middle of that. And underneath the Devil, we have the Six of Pentacles, which actually accompanies it for the source of this toxic cycle. Now, the Six of Pentacles is often referred to as the breadcrumbing card. It's a clue, kind of an arrow pointing to you to pay attention to the balance of giving and receiving, or the lack of balance of giving and receiving in a situation, whether it's love, whether it's friendship, whether it's work. Every relationship, when we're in relationship to everything, should be reciprocal, right? If you have a car, you're in a relationship with your car. You do the right things with the car, you put oil and gas in it, water, whatever else it needs, you make sure it gets maintained. When things, start going weird, you get it taken care of. And that car is in relationship to you, and it gives back to you by, if you take care of it, it'll take care of you, right? So every relationship should be reciprocal. Now, on the surface, the Six of Pentacles always looks generous and philanthropic, because whatever tarot deck you use, it usually shows some representation of a person who's got all this wealth. They're weighing out their wealth, or they're counting it, or here he's holding it behind his back, his own security as represented by the Pentacles, right? So it's somebody who has a lot. They look well-to-do. And they're periodically giving a pentacle or two to a person, or these hands or whatever. They have a lot to give, but they're only giving a little bit at their own discretion, at their own convenience. I give where and when I want to, when I want to. It's often called the breadcrumbing card, because in a relationship it can represent that one person is doing all the giving and the other person is kind of in the beggar mode, right? It's a card that can represent, in a relationship, this is like the emotional equivalent of a starvation diet, right? They give you just enough to keep you from leaving. or just when you feel you can't take it anymore and you're going to leave, they give you just enough to give you a little bit of hope, right? So you stay, so you stick around. It's like it's the equivalent of giving you enough food to keep you technically alive, but you never feel full, you never feel nurtured, you never feel sustained, and you can't thrive or grow, right? So in a relationship, the Six of Pentacles can often mean the emotional equivalent of that. And this is all clarifying what this negative toxic cycle is. So straight up, it's a relationship, regardless of the nature of the relationship, whether it's love, friend, family, work, where you're probably doing a whole bunch of giving and they're just, it's not reciprocal, it's not even. But they always seem to know like just when to do it so you don't leave, and it keeps you chained in there. Because remember, the devil enslaves through temptation. And then we have what looks like a straight up argument here. Five of Wands, conflict, fighting, going around and around and around again about the same thing. Everybody wants to be right. There's never any resolvement in this because it's petty and nobody wants to elevate or take a step back and take a different look at things. The Page of Wands, messages, messengers. I think this is just an argument, verbal argument, and maybe quite heated and maybe a bit childish. I would kind of be careful of this in the first couple of weeks of July, or even throughout July, with this person of, finding yourselves in yet the same argument again and again and again, and having it just escalate, because this is an argument you've obviously had a lot, or a talk you've had a lot. So at a certain point in negative toxic cycles, we have to stop trying to convince or change the other person, because that means that our life and our decisions are dependent on their decisions. At a certain point, you have to take a step back and just begin to make the decisions that are best for you, regardless of what they do. Stop trying to convince them, right? It's time to start making your own decisions moving forward that are in your own best interest, which is what Spirit wants for you, right? Because it looks like you're like, I'm going to pull the next two cards that I would have pulled from the Deviant Tarot to see how this continues. The Eight of Wands, fast movement forward. And the Fool, starting off on a brand new journey. It's interesting here too, because this person looks like they're getting ready to cut down these wands. It's like, look, if this doesn't change right now, I'm done, I'm out of here. I've had enough of this. This has gone on long enough. Let's clarify just a little bit, using the Radiant Rider-Waite to clarify with. Let's clarify the Seven of Cups. What's this King of Wands? What's this thing that he keeps promising or saying is going to be, or something like that? What's the source of the Seven of Cups? Clarify the Seven of Cups. Oh my goodness. Seven of Cups clarified by the Seven of Cups. This is really daydreamy, illusionary. This is not manifesting. And the Ace of Pentacles, which is a concrete new beginning, moving, relocating. So this in relationship, this could be anything. Yeah, you can have that new role at work, that new position. You'll get a new job. You'll get promoted. This could be, yeah, we'll move in together. We'll get married. We'll get engaged. It's illusionary. It's really, really illusionary. This is not going to manifest. Or this is the pattern that has been. Clarify the Devil. Sometimes I just want to grab people by the shoulder and shake them really hard, The Empress, the Ace of Cups. Yeah. This is the source of that toxic cyclical energy, which is probably why, they've been able to keep you in it for so long. Oh, you're my Empress. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, you're wonderful. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. Oh, I love you. Oh, new beginnings. Oh, let's do this. Oh, but it's defining the source of toxic cycles. Clarify the Six of Pentacles. And it's being but the Six of Pentacles with this is an indication that, oh, you're the Empress. Well, the Emperor treats his Empress by making sure she has everything that she needs and wants and treating her like an Empress. The Six of, and the Ace of Cups. The Six of Pentacles implies, yeah, but he's not really treating her like the Empress. He's only just giving his Empress crumbs. You don't do that. Well, you don't do that with anybody, but particularly not, it's like he, it's all lip service. And a tiny, tiny bit of, clarify Six of Pentacles. It's hard, makes me feel irritated, really, and sad. The Four of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Again, two completely opposite energies. What is he giving little breadcrumbs out? The Ace of Wands. It's like all this, oh, we're going to have this Ace of Pentacles. Oh, we're going to have this Ace of Cups. Oh, we're going to have this Ace of Wands. But the reality is, it's illusion. The reality of what gets manifested is breadcrumbs, is withdrawal, is leaving again. Clarify the Five of Wands. What's the source of this argument, conflict? The Six of Pentacles again. The Nine of Wands. I'm at the end of my rope with this breadcrumbing. And it's the same argument. Page of Wands. This card just won't go back in. It wants to come out. The Five of Pentacles. Feeling abandoned, shut out, in the cold, rejected, not good enough, in beggar mode. Because the Five of Pentacles is, I don't have enough. I'm begging, And the Six of Pentacles, oh, you're starving to death and out in the cold. Here's a candy bar and a toy. Yeah, that's nice, but it's not really what you want, what you need. This is giving, this is like the emotional relationship equivalent of giving, I love analogies, of giving a homeless beggar child out in the rain a candy bar and a toy. Yeah, well, it'll taste good for a minute, and that toy is fun for a minute, but it's not what that homeless child in the rain really needs to thrive, right? This is like the emotional equivalent of that, and I feel like a lot of you are saying, I'm at the end of my rope with this. Either fish or cut bait now. All right, any final messages, guidance, advice for Libra for the first 2 weeks of July? The Page of Cups. Judgment, crossroads, time to make a choice. And this is going to change everything after this. If you decide to stay the same, I'm out of here. If you decide to change, we can move forward. But this is no going back. Judgment. Death. And the Queen of Swords. Okay. This looks like, to me, Libra, that this is one last verbal ditch attempt. This is basically Page of Cups, Judgment, Death, and the Queen of Swords. This is basically the ultimatum. And you need to be prepared to follow through with it. This is one last, look, I love you and I want us to be together. Whoever this is, I mean, of course you wouldn't say that to your boss at work, at least, I'm guessing not. But some version of that, right? Look, I love this job. I love you. But it's time. We're either going to go forward or I'm going to go my own way. Either this ends or it's reborn as something completely different. The Queen of Swords doesn't mess around. She will put her own emotions over here in order to do what she knows makes the most sense based on the facts and evidence, right? So be prepared to follow through with it. Oh, Libra, stay strong. Remember who you are and how unique and special and wonderful you are. You deserve much more than breadcrumbing. Okay, Libra, those are your messages for the first 2 weeks of July. Whew, felt kind of intense. Lots of major arcana cards. I think this is a pretty profound time, a pretty profound, potentially profound crossroads for you. The other thing I wanted to say about that Judgment card, Libra, is that fish are cut bait, and you're not going to be able to go back from whatever happens or what's chosen here applies to you too. If you decide to stay in an abusive, toxic, breadcrumbing job or relationship or friendship, that's judgment means that whatever you choose to do or say, that's probably going to be what sticks. So if you choose to stay, that's you're probably going to stay there for quite some time. And it sends a message not to the people around you, but also to your inner self too. So keep that in mind about self-love and self-value and worth. Okay, Libra, those are your messages. I hope that they're helpful. Again, if anything resonated with you, you'd like to take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading, or perhaps as a gift for someone else, click on the description link below for my email address, Maggie, the number one McGuire at gmail.com. I'd be most happy to hear from you and to work with you if you would like. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the July mid-month general readings. Until then, stay well and be strong. And I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.